couldn't care less.
Welcome, new novice. I am Parlin.
I am...
A novice.
Only that isn't true.
It is not important who you were before. Now you are a servant of Innos. That is all that matters. And with the acceptance into the Brotherhood of Fire,
That's nothing new.
all of your previous transgressions will be forgiven. May
no
Innos
secret.
bless this man who places his life in his
No one must
service
violate the divine
and
order.
wash away his sins.
And now?
That's no
First,
secret.
you will fulfill the duties of a novice.
That's just what I said.
You will work and serve the Brotherhood. But take your sheep to Opolos first. He will take care of it. You can give your gold to Gorax, our steward. You will find him in the
That isn't
winery.
true.
When you have done that, we shall speak about your work here in the monastery.
That was no big deal.
Hello. You must be the new guy. I'm Opolos. I take care of the sheep around here.
You better watch out when you tell that to.
Look here, I brought Betsy. Can I leave her with you?
Yes, of course. Good-looking animal. I'll take good care of her.
That was no big deal. How long have you been in the monastery?
I've been here 3 years, but so far I haven't studied, although I'd like to.
Why not?
My job is looking after the sheep, not studying the scriptures. As long as Master Parlin doesn't release me from this duty, I'm not allowed to study in the library.
I'm staying out of it.
How shall I act here in the monastery?
Never lie to a magician. Don't transgress against a brother of the community. Respect the property of the community. If you violate these rules, you have to pay a penalty to Master Parlin. Apart from that, I can only advise you to be careful around Aegon. If you don't watch out, you'll end up like Babo.
As if I don't have enough.
Who are Aegon and Babo?
Aegon takes care of the herb garden. He's also a novice, but he acts like he was the chosen one himself. Babo came to the monastery shortly before you. At first he helped Aegon in the herb
Can't go on
garden,
like this forever.
but they must have had a fight, and Babo has been sweeping the courtyard ever since.
Do you know what happened?
Not exactly. You'll have to ask them. But Aegon's word has more weight than that of the other novices because he's the governor's nephew.
Is there anything you can teach me?
Sure, I used to beat up people. I can show you how to strengthen your arms. But I'd like to learn something about potions, especially about magic potions.
How can I help you with that?
Well, if you work for Neoras, you'll certainly have an opportunity to borrow one of his recipes for a short time. If you bring it to me so that I can take a look at it, I'll train you.
Anything's possible.
That's no secret.
You already know what I think.
What do you want?
I couldn't get away with that.
I'm new here.
So I see. If you still don't have any work, talk to Parlin. He'll assign you some.
What happened between you and Babo?
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. Let's get something straight. I shall go my own way, the way that Innos foreordained for me. I won't allow anyone to stand in my way, and certainly not that simpleton Babo.
I feel sorry for the guy.
It was his decision, wasn't
Shouldn't we novices stick together?
The rest of you can stick together as much as you like, but please, don't waste my time, and no one shall get in my way.
What are you planting here?
We're trying to grow healing plants that Master Neoras can use to brew potions.
it? I used to say that myself.
As if I don't have enough problems.
Been there, done that.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Sooner or later.
Can I be of assistance to you?
I've brought a heap of gold.
Ah, you're bringing your offering for Innos. That's good of you, my son. I shall use your offering for the best of the monastery. as it pleases Enos.
I'm looking for a place to sleep.
There's an empty bed right next door, the first on the right, next to the entrance. You can sleep there. You can store your belongings in one of the unused chests. And remember, you have no business entering the sleeping chambers of the magicians. You're also not allowed to enter the library, unless you've been given permission.
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I need a few things.
Hello. You're also new here, aren't you?
Yes, how long have you been here?
I've been here for 4 weeks. Have you already been given a fighting staff?
Not so far.
Then take this one. We novices all carry a staff as a sign of our ability to defend ourselves. Can you fight?
Well, I've wielded a weapon or two.
If you want, I can teach you something. However, I have a request.
What request would that be?
Well, one of the paladins, Sergio, is in the monastery at the moment. If you can persuade him to go through a few exercises with me, then I'll train you.
I shall see what can be done. What happened between you and Aegon?
Oh, we had a disagreement about how to take care of fire nettles. Aegon had watered them so much that the plants almost had root rot already. Once the roots were completely rotten, he blamed me for it. They've made me sweep the courtyard all day ever since.
Why did Aegon do that?
You'll have to ask him that. I think he just can't stand it when someone is better than he is.
You seem to know a thing or two about plants.
We had an herb garden where I learned a few tricks from my grandpa. I'd really prefer to work in the garden again.
How's life here in the monastery?
I don't mean to complain, but I never thought that it would be so strict here. If you don't stick to the rules, they punish you. Of course, a lot of novices want to study the teaching of Enos in the library, so they can be prepared if they're chosen. But I think the best preparation for the test of magic is fulfilling our own tasks.
What's the deal with the Chosen and that test?
Talk to Brother Igaraz. He knows a lot about that.
You already know what I think. I'm staying out of it. Can't go on like this forever. Anything's possible.
Hey,
What do you want?
I always act.
what are you doing here?
I have transgressed against the precepts of the community. Now I'm waiting for the decision of the High Council,
in the scripture.
whether I may remain in the monastery.
I couldn't get away with that.
Tell me what happened.
I took a book from the rooms of the magicians while I was sweeping, so I could read it later. Master Highglass noticed it immediately, of course, and asked me about the book. Out of fear of being punished, I lied about it. But he caught me later when I was in my chamber with the book. He was really angry and informed the High Council. Now they are discussing whether I can stay.
Who told you that?
Is there any way I can help you?
No. I've been delivered up to the mercy of Enos and the magicians.
Those are all just rumors.
Hey,
He really should have known better.
how can I serve the community?
You tell that
Speak to the other magicians. They will give you tasks. I will oversee your work. And when you have fulfilled your duties
nothing new.
adequately, you will receive permission to enter the library to study the word of Innos.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Do you have an assignment for me?
That's no secret.
Yes, there is indeed something you can do for the community.
on like
The
this
novices'
forever.
chambers could do with a good sweeping. Take care of that.
But that will take forever.
Then you'd better start right away, hadn't you?
I feel sorry for the poor guy.
Can I have access to the library?
First, fulfill your duties in service to the
Nobody ever
community.
asks me.
When you've done working, we shall speak about this again.
That isn't true. I need to talk to the leader of the Paladins.
Lord Hagen does not receive novices.
Out of it.
Only we magicians are permitted to see him.
You don't have to ask me that.
I'm looking for the Eye of Innos.
I don't know who told you about that, but the
always
divine
acted in
artifact
Innos.
is not accessible to anyone.
Where is the Eye of Innos kept?
The fewer people know this secret,
Who told you that?
the better it is protected. Seek for it, and you will not find it.
Tell me about the Eye of Innos.
All right? The Eye of Innos contains a part of the divine power of Innos. Only
I don't have
one
enough
chosen servant of Innos is permitted to bear the amulet. It was created to protect us from the powers of evil when
No
the
one
time
must violate
comes.
the divine order.
You don't have to Can I have access to the library?
First, fulfill your duties
You
in
already know
service.
what I think.
How can I learn the art of magic?
You are not here to receive the gift of magic. You are here
Can't go on
to
like
serve
this
Innos. But I can show you how to increase your magic power.
Do you really think?
He thinks it's as easy as that.
You don't have to ask me that.
Path of virtue is long, rocky.
You already
What's your
know what
job
I think.
here?
I prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
should have known better. What is evil?
Can't go on like
Evil
this
is
forever.
everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Innos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Innos forever. Beliar is the lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Innos will bear the radiant light of Innos into the world and banish the darkness.
But there are only magicians and novices living in the monastery.
That is correct, in contrast to our community which honors the word of Innos.
No one must violate
The paladins honor the great deeds of our Lord above all else. We are the representatives of Innos, but the paladins are his warriors, who go into battle in his name and increase his glory.
So it's
Is there anything I can do for you, Master?
For me, no. I do not require your help. Pray rather for the well-being of the warriors of Innos, who have gone to the Valley of Mines.
say that myself. Is there anything you can teach me?
I am an expert in the magic of ice and the magic of thunder. I can teach you their power. However, I only instruct magicians.
It had to happen sooner or later.
You have prayed for my brethren. I want to thank you for that. Tell me what I can do for you.
Let me share your fighting experience.
When you fight, always make sure that no one can attack you from behind.
What are you doing here?
I am praying to Innos that he strengthen my arm and my will. Thus I am armed against all dangers and shall destroy all his enemies in order to do him honor.
What enemies?
All those who oppose the will of Innos, whether they be human-born or summoned creature.
Can you go through a few exercises with Babo?
Why doesn't he ask me himself?
I think he's shy.
I see. Good. If it means so much to him, I shall train with him every morning for 2 hours. We begin at 5 o'clock. Tell him that.
I need access to the library.
Well, I cannot grant you access. For that, you must first fulfill your tasks. But I can help you. Go to Master Iskoroth and talk to him. I have heard that he needs help, and I would go to him, but I pass this task on to you. May Innos illuminate your path.
No one must violate the divine order.
I prayed for the paladins.
You have done well. Now go back to doing your work.
Who told you that?
You don't have to tell me that.
What can I do for you, brother?
Why aren't you working?
I am permitted to study the teachings of Innos. I seek wisdom in his words. One day, he would choose me. And then, I shall take the test of magic and enter the circle of fire.
Who are the chosen?
The novices whom Innos has ordained to take the test of magic. He who passes it is accepted into the ranks of the magicians of fire.
How can I be chosen?
You have no influence on that. Innos alone chooses his novices, and the High Council announces his will.
What is the test of magic?
A test which is announced by the High Council to all chosen novices. It is an assignment in which faith and cleverness are put to the test. All the chosen novices take part, but it is only possible for one of them to complete it successfully.
How can I study the scriptures?
You must gain access to the library. However, Master Parlin will only give you the key if you have first finished your duties.
Who are the chosen?
The novices whom Innos has ordained to take the test of magic. He who passes it is accepted into the ranks of the magicians of fire.
What is the test of magic?
A test which is announced by the High Council to all chosen novices. It is an assignment in which faith and cleverness are put to the test. All the chosen novices take part, but it is only possible for one of them to complete it successfully.
No one must violate the divine order.
He really should have known better.
I talked to Sergio. He's going to train with you every morning for 2 hours starting at 5 o'clock.
Thanks. What an honor for me. If you want, I'll also show you the secrets of combat.
I'm supposed to sweep the novices' chambers.
You've saddled yourself with a lot of work there. You know what? I'll help you. You'll never finish that alone. But I really need a Fist of Wind spell scroll. You know, I got lucky and was allowed to read a book about it. And now, naturally, I want to try the spell. So get me the spell scroll and I'll help you.
About the spell scroll.
Do you have a Fist of Wind spell for me?
No, not so far.
Then I'll wait until you do.
Do you have an assignment for me?
You novices have worked hard lately, and those who work a lot shall eat a lot too. I'm giving you a key to the larder. You'll find some mutton sausages there. Distribute them among the novices, but fairly. Once you've done that, you can come see me again.
I need a few things. About the spell scroll.
Do you have a Fist of Wind spell for me?
Here's the spell scroll you wanted.
That's good. Then I'll help you clean the chambers.
Wait a minute. I'm ready for training. Hey, you!
What? What's wrong? Why are you bothering me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of an extremely complicated experiment?
I didn't mean to disturb you.
You already have. Well, what do you want?
Have you got work for me?
Yes, I need plants for my experiments. We raise plants ourselves, but we're all out of fire nettles. 7 blossoms should do. Bring me those. Oh, something else. I'm missing a recipe for creating magic potions. If you find it, I would be very grateful.
I've got some fire nettles for you.
Excellent. I can work with that. Take this Fist of Wind spell scroll for your help.
Can I learn from you?
I do not instruct novices. If someday you are accepted into the Circle of Fire, then I can show you how to create powerful potions.
You are not permitted to go further. Turn back. Innos will turn his wrath upon you if you do not turn back.
Innos be with you. I've never seen you before. You are new around here.
Yes, I only just joined.
In that case, I hope you get settled here fast. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
What room is this?
This is where they keep the holy relics of the monastery.
What relics?
Here rests the Hammer of Innos, along with the Shield of Fire. These are the most important relics of Church of Innos, outside the capital of the realm.
Is the Eye of Innos kept here too?
Of course not. What a strange idea. Nobody knows where that divine artifact is to be found.
What are you doing here?
I am the guardian of the sacred artifacts.
Don't you ever sleep?
What an unusual notion. Of course I don't ever sleep. Innos himself grants me the power which allows me to forego sleep altogether. For how else could I fulfill the sacred duties of guardianship?
Do you really never sleep?
No. If a guardian falls asleep, he has failed. But I shall not fail, for Innos gives me the strength and endurance, and I shall never tire.
Tell me about the shield.
The Shield of Fire was borne by Dominique in the battle on the Southern Isles. But the power of the shield is never to be wielded again. Therefore, we have nailed it to the wall.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred hammer of Innos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the stone sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the stone sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Innos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Wait a minute. I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Am I the only one helping you?
No, I've already got some help.
Then I'm in.
Hey, you! I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Hey, I'd do it, but I'm really busy.
Hey! I've got this mutton sausage here.
Oh, man, fantastic. Finally, another delicious mutton sausage.
I've got the recipe you wanted.
Good. Then let me read it. Yes, I see. Well, Good. Thanks a lot. If you want, you can train with me.
I'm busy distributing sausages.
Thanks. Hopefully that won't be the last sausage I get around here.
Hey! I'm busy distributing sausages.
So you work for Gorax, huh? All right. Pass the sausage, then.
Hey! I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Oh dear. You just got here and you let them make you do the sweeping already? Console yourself. It was exactly the same with me when I first got here, and that's why I'm going to help you. It would be ridiculous if we couldn't handle it.
Wait a minute. How about a delicious mutton sausage?
I wouldn't say no to that. Thanks. That's just what I needed.
Hey! I need help sweeping the novices' chambers.
Sure, I'll help. We novices have to stick together. One hand washes the other. I just need 50 gold pieces because I still have to pay Parlan.
All right, I'll pay.
Good, then I'll get started.
Wait a minute. Would you like a sausage?
Sure, give it here. A sausage like this is not to be sneezed at.
You dare to address me, novice? Return to your work.
I've got one more question.
You do not seem to want to understand. I decide when I see fit to talk to you. Who do you think you are? And now, get back to work.
So you're the new novice. Well, I assume you have already been given a task by Master Parlan. You know that everyone within the community of fire must carry out his duty according to the will of Enos.
Some citizens of Corinus have mysteriously disappeared.
Take your tribute to Gorax at the monastery at once. He will handle it further.
The same is true for the investigation of the unusual earthquakes in the northeastern regions of Corinus. So far, I have not received notice that our intervention would be required. Therefore, we are not going to take any steps in this matter.
Yes, but...
No buts. We shall proceed as we see fit, and I hope even you are going to respect that.
I must talk to the paladins. It's urgent.
And are you going to tell us why you want to talk to them?
I've got an important message for them.
What message would that be?
An army of evil is assembling in the Valley of Mines, led by the dragons. We must stop them as long as we still can.
We shall ponder on your words, novice. When the time has come, we shall let you know what our council decided. In the meantime, you had better see to your duties as a novice.
I'm looking for the Eye of Enos.
Anyone who thinks he could not only find the sacred amulet, but wear it as well, is a fool. The amulet itself chooses its bearer. No one save the one who is destined for it will be able to wear it.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
The duty of a novice is to show humility, not desire. Well, we don't want to keep you from your work any longer. You may go now.
Look, the new novice appears before the High Council. Enos be with you, son.
What exactly is the task of the High Council?
It is our duty to proclaim the will of Enos. Thus, we name the chosen novices who will be put to the test of magic. Even though we lead a retired life, we turn our gaze upon the events of the world, for the Church of Enos represents the highest earthly law.
Ah, so you're interested in what's going on in the world. So what do you think of those dragons squatting in the Valley of Mines, with their army growing every day?
I understand that you are angry, but we must first weigh your words before we take any steps. If we allow ourselves to be carried away and act rashly now, we will achieve nothing. Therefore, fulfill your tasks, and we shall discuss what is to be done.
Tell me about the test of magic.
It is the chance for the chosen novices to enter the Guild of Magicians. But only one can pass the test, and Enos alone chooses the novices for it.
When's the test going to take place?
As soon as we have heard the will of Enos, we inform the chosen novices and put them to the test.
Hey, you! Here, I've got a mutton sausage for you.
Sheep sausage, sheep cheese, sheep milker. It's getting so I can't stand the sight of it.
So, do you want the sausage or not?
Oh, give it here already.
Hey! About the novices' chambers.
You actually managed to find 4 novices to help you. I think they can now return to their daily work. Well done, novice. You have accomplished the task I set you.
Can I have access to the library?
You have obtained fire nettles for Brother Neras. You have succeeded in finding 4 novices, and thus cleaned the chambers. You have certainly worked, but it is your duty to continue serving the community.
Those are all just rumors. I'm staying out of it. That'll only cause more trouble. I couldn't care less. You better watch out who you tell that to.
Hey, you!
That isn't true.
How about a delicious mutton sausage?
I wouldn't say no to that. Thanks. That's just what I needed.
Hey! Would you like a sausage?
Sure, give it here. A sausage like this is not to be sneezed at.
How about a delicious mutton sausage?
I wouldn't say no to that. Thanks. That's just what I needed.
Would you like a sausage?
Sure, give it here. A sausage like this is not to be sneezed at.
Hey. About your recipe, I found it.
Good. I was afraid it was lost for good. Here, take this magic potion as a sign of my gratitude.
Hey, you! Would you like a sausage?
Ah, delicious that. Thank you so much, brother.
You don't have to tell me that. You should have known better.
Here, have a sausage.
Oh, mutton sausage is great. They taste the best. Come on, give me another sausage.
Then I won't have enough left for the others.
You have one sausage too many anyway, namely the one for you. And what's a sausage among friends? Come on, I'll give you a fire arrow spell scroll for it.
All right, here, take another.
All right, here's your spell scroll.
Been there, done that. Who told you that? That was no big deal. Better watch out when you tell that.
Hey!
That was no big deal.
Here, have a sausage, brother.
Good of you to think of me. Usually, I am forgotten. You could let me have another sausage.
Forget it. I won't have enough then.
Hey, one sausage. Nobody will notice that. You'll get something for it. I know a place where some fire nettles grow. If you take them to Neras, he'll surely give you the key to the library. What do you say?
No, forget it.
You want to get in with Gorax, huh? It's always the same with the new novices.
I've distributed the sausages.
And you have done so fairly. Take these spell scrolls of healing and go back to your work.
Do you have another assignment for me?
Yes. As you know, we make an excellent wine here, and we sell it too. Orlan, the landlord of the inn, the Dead Harpy, has ordered a shipment. We've agreed to 240 gold pieces for the bottles. Bring him these bottles, but don't let him shortchange you.
Can't go on like this forever. No one must violate
Hey! Sergio sent me. I've taken over his task. So what is it?
A dark wolf has been roaming the area recently. Track it down and kill it. May Innos watch over you always.
I'm bringing the wine from the monastery.
Excellent. That's what I've been waiting for. I've already agreed on the price with Master Gorax. I'll give you the 100 gold coins straight away.
That's really not my problem.
Are you trying to pull a fast one? The price is 240 gold coins.
So, Gorax warned you, did he? All right. Then maybe the two of us can do a bit of business. Look, I'll give you 100 gold pieces for the wine. You tell Gorax that I pulled the wool over your eyes, and you'll get 4 spell scrolls from me.
That's not what I heard.
Hey, just give me the 240 gold coins.
You don't want to do business, huh? All right. Here's the gold.
That was obvious all along.
That will never change.
Do you really believe that?
Nope.
That doesn't surprise me.
That will never change. He really should have known better.
I'm no better off myself.
No, I'm
no better off myself.
Nobody wants to know.
That's not what I heard.
And that's the truth.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Hey! I've killed the wolf.
Good work, novice. You are a brave man. But now return to the monastery and go about your duties.
I went to see Orlan.
And? Did you get the 240 gold coins?
I've got the gold.
Excellent. You're really useful. Take this spell scroll of healing as a reward. Now go and find yourself something else to do.
That's just what I said. Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
Can I have access to the library?
You have obtained fire nettles for Brother Neras. You have found Brother Neras's recipe. You have vanquished the Black Wolf, which threatened the shrine. You have succeeded in finding 4 novices, and thus cleaned the chambers. You have distributed the food to the novices fairly, as Brother Gorax instructed you. You have sold the wine to Gorax's satisfaction. Yes, you have worked enough. Now it is time for you to study the teachings of Innos. Speak to Master Highglass in the library. I hereby give you the key.
I couldn't care less.
That's totally obvious.
You don't have to tell me that.
Hey, you!
I am Master Highglass, guardian of the fire and keeper of the knowledge. So Master Parlin has given you permission to study the scriptures. Then it's up to you now to do exactly that. Study, so that you may find enlightenment in the scriptures.
What are you studying, Master?
My research focuses on fire, the power of Enos. It is his gift and at the same time a mighty weapon, and I create runes which contain his power.
Very enlightening. Can you teach me that?
It is Enos who grants the magic. Only to his servants, the magicians of fire, is it given to learn how to wield this power.
Hey, you!
What can I do for you, novice?
I've come to read the scriptures.
I understand. If you can ever make some time between your tedious studies, come to me. There is yet another matter for which I could use a discreet novice.
You have an assignment for me?
Yes. It's about this crazy Ignaz. He lives in Corinus and experiments with various potions and healing drafts, but also magic spells. And that's exactly what worries me. I ask myself if his magic is pleasing to Enos. In order to test this, I need some of his spell scrolls. I want you to go into the city and obtain 3 of his spell scrolls for me, but not a word to anyone. Is that clear?
Sure.
Here are 150 gold pieces. That should cover your expenses.
Here are the spell scrolls you wanted.
Well done, my young friend. But now, it is time that you devote yourself to your studies, and take this spell scroll as a reward.
What exactly is your job?
It is my responsibility to train mages in the art of spherical manifestation.
What does that mean?
Well, I teach them how to summon creatures or beings from other states or spheres. This is usually called summoning, although this expression alone is insufficient for the art of calling a servant. Furthermore, I own some interesting spell scrolls which Gorax does not have, but I only make them available to members of the Order.
That's nothing new.
I want to undergo the test of fire.
So you know about? You want to pass the test of fire?
Yes, I refer to the law of fire, which says...
We know the law of the fire. We have also seen many novices die during the test. You ought to reconsider this decision.
Yes, I have. I want the test, and I am going to pass it.
If you absolutely insist, then the High Council will put you to the test.
I insist on being given the test of fire.
In that case, so be it. When you're ready, each magician from the High Council will give you a mission which you have to fulfill. May Enos have mercy on your soul.
I am ready to face your test, Master.
And only Enos alone knows whether you are going to pass it. You shall be put to the same test which is given to the chosen novices. The test of magic. You probably know that only one of the novices can pass the test.
I see. Who are my competitors then?
Enos, in his wisdom, has chosen 3 novices who are also going to be put through this test. Aegon, Igaraz, and Ulf. They have already started the search. But enough of that. Hear the words of the test. Follow the signs of Enos, and bring us what the believer finds behind the path. You are going to need this key. That is all we have to say to you.
I'm ready to face your test, Master.
So, you want to put yourself to the test? Only a courageous novice demands the test. But courage is not all that you need. Are you clever enough to pass the test? Are you strong enough to meet the dangers that await you? If not, you will pay for it with your life. And now hear your test. In the place of stones, seek the one who was never born. Find him who once was summoned. Overcome the one who cannot be overcome. Measure yourself against the living rock. Fight with the undying stone and destroy it.
Living rock? What kind of a creature would that be?
I have told you everything. Or do you find this test too difficult? Now you will learn what it means to take the test of fire. I will answer no more of your questions.
I'm ready to face your test, Master.
I'm not surprised that you know the old law, but I suspect that you do not realize what risk you are taking. Bear in mind that an impatient spirit will not withstand the test of fire. It has been a long time since anyone took this test, and there is only one man who ever survived it and passed. A young, ambitious novice, then. He has long since found his place in the High Council. I speak of Serpentis.
He won't be the only one who ever passed that test for much longer.
Then I shall not keep you waiting any longer. Hear my test for you. Create a fire arrow rune. That is all. May Enos help you.
Don't tell me you didn't know that. Those are all...
It's not what I heard.
You should have known better.
He never would have thought of that himself.